It's the country's #1 RVing radio show, sponsored by RVTravel.com, with your host, Alan Warren, the RV Wingman.
This portion of the RV Show USA is brought to you by PPL Motorhomes, the largest consignment RV dealer in the nation.
You know, in our opening segment, I mentioned about the weird tire blowout that caused a little bit of panic recently with some of our RV friends at our campground. Made me think of the importance of being prepared for, in the event of an emergency, any kind of emergency. To visit with us today about preparedness in the event of an emergency while you're on the road is Diana from PPL Motorhomes. So, Diana, nobody wants to have to deal with one, but being prepared for an emergency is a lot better than not being prepared for one. What are your thoughts?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm a Girl Scout again, or Boy Scout. How they do the.
Okay, let me get my pen so I can write all these things down.
Oh no, I think they've got a link up there probably to their website, to rvnana.com. But some of the things that we forget about when we leave to go RVing, we're thinking that we're going to go have fun. We're going to have a good time. The last thing you want to think about is that accident, that illness that happens, just things that could happen. But being prepared ahead of time and hope you never need this information is the way to go. When you're out camping, you don't think about so many different things. You just think about having fun. But I really, really recommend that you take time to put together a little kit. I do it in a Ziploc bag in the RV because that way it's airtight. Water's not going to get in it. But you take and you put a copy of your driver's license and your vehicle registration, not only on your RV but on the ones at home in case something you need that for something. Copy of your insurance on your tow vehicle and your RV if you're pulling a tow vehicle or whatever. Your roadside assistance. We have all this in our phones. But I've been places before where I can't get it out of my phone. My phone is dead. What happens if my phone falls in the water and I can't get it out? So, and I've dropped my phone a few times in the water, Alan, just got to tell you. But these are things that you need, but you need a copy of your passport. A really important thing is an emergency contact list. You are out there. I mean, I used to travel all the time by myself. And here I was out there by myself. Nobody would know to call Jennifer, that my daughter is my emergency contact and has every information in the world. Now, my husband has all that, but likely he's going to be with me wherever we are. But that's real important. And I actually keep it on a little zip drive, thumb drive. And Jennifer has all this at the house in case something happened to me. She doesn't have to worry about coming over and digging through a file cabinet to find something. It's right there for her. So. That's
great information. Most people think of emergency preparedness, and it is important. They think of having a flat tire or their battery goes dead or something like that. And having a Mark and Julie Bennett from RV Love were on a couple of 3 weeks ago. They talked about the importance of having that. I believe they said they have CoachNet. And they had to have their Class A towed, I think it was only 8 miles. But if they wouldn't have had CoachNet, it would have cost them $600. Yep.
That's right. I mean, pretty much it's around anywhere from $500 to $800 just to hook onto a Class A. It's just amazing. And, I swear by CoachNet, I think it's one of the best ever.
And a lot of people, they don't realize, I mean, in fact, until it was mentioned to me several years ago when I had my Avion, most travel trailers don't even come with a spare tire.
A lot of them don't. They really don't. And then, heaven forbid, you have 2 flats in a day, which has happened to me before, where you have 2 of them on the same side, which meant that I ran over something I shouldn't have run over somewhere along the line. But you only have 1 spare, so you got to have somebody who can get a tire service out there for you.
The whole subject, we've talked several times about a roadside, service plan in case of a breakdown, but all it takes is one time, and you'll kick yourself if you say, I'm not going to spend the money. One time
That's
when
it.
you need it, and you'll learn an expensive lesson, I think.
Oh, my gosh, it is so important. As a matter of fact, at our Tuesday tips last night, Stacy Finley from CoachNet was there, and we got to listen to a lot of different customers who were talking about the experiences they had had, and they've had good ones just like I have. It's exciting to hear that.
Well, did Tuesday Tips go well?
Oh, it did. Now in Houston, I don't know where it is, where everybody else is or how it is, but in Houston, all the schools started today or this week. Some started Tuesday, some started Wednesday, some are starting tomorrow. So our crowd was a little lighter, but it was so informative. You talk about education from the dealers. We had a gentleman from Blue Ox who was there, Jeff Stickford, and he taught these people so much about towing and how to tow and what the proper towing requirements are. I had 3 or 4 gentlemen who were just glued to it for a good 30 minutes. Just as long as his lips were moving, they were just staring at him. It was awesome. It was wonderful.
You know, these classes, these opportunities to learn, it's really not when people think of classes, they think back of 11th grade and calculus or something, geometry. I don't want to go to school. But learning about RVs is fun because you're interested in it. So
it is. And ours aren't really classes per se. What we're doing, we do have, 30, 45-minute little segment that you can learn, but you can get up, walk around, look around, talk to other people there, have a drink, have a sandwich. We've got it all. We want you to be relaxed and share with others. Sharing experiences is the greatest lesson we can ever have.
I want to go back to your emergency preparedness list. I think most of us, when we think of emergencies, we think of ourselves or our spouse or our kids or grandkids. But if we have an emergency, it could very easily affect our pets. And
oh, my gosh, yes. It's interesting. A lady in the valley here in Texas was telling me a story a while back about a gentleman in the campground that she managed, and he had a heart attack. He knew he was having an emergency. He called 911, but his dog would not let the 911 the emergency responders in. The dog was defending Daddy.
Wow.
And all they had to do is know the dog's name, and he was okay. He was their friend if they knew his name. So she told me one of the things that everybody in the valley that's full-time, if they have an animal, right by the door on a refrigerator or something where it's real visible if you open the door, my dog's name is, and here it is. And then the information about his vet and what he's allergic to and what kind of food he likes or she likes, because it makes a difference in if that dog's going to protect their owner or let somebody else come in and help their owner.
Absolutely. Our pets, they say, have a vocabulary larger than me, about up to 200 words, and their name just makes them feel comfortable, even if a complete stranger says it, and you've talked about the importance of having your pet, chipped. If your dog's not been, they cost $45 to $50 at Pets First, or you can go to your vet and have a microchip put in your dog, because a lot of times they get away at a campground and if somebody does find it, you want to be able to get your dog home.
Oh, I know. And then in that emergency package that I'm talking about with all of your papers, make sure you have the records for your dog there. Because if something happens to you, somebody's going to have to comfort that dog too. And that dog has to know, you don't want to put them on another food that they aren't used to. You don't want to not give them medicine if they've been taking a medicine of some type every day. You want to make sure that there's somebody who can some way to contact that vet.
All right, for you folks that are watching on the live stream, I think we've got the link up right now. It's simple, but it's really powerful, important information from RV Nana. She's got the documents that you should not leave home without.
And I've got a picture of it up on the screen so you can get a little sneak peek.
So this is really good information. So, Diana, I know school's just starting. We've only got about 30 seconds left, but is now still a good time to come and look at RVs? I guess a lot of people are still looking.
Oh, my gosh, they are still looking, and they're still buying, and people are still selling. I need more RVs to sell. So come on out and see us at any of our 3 locations in Houston,
awesome,
New Braunfels, or Cleburne.
All right. Thank you, Diana. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks. Have a good one.
All right, folks. She's the largest consignment RV dealer in the galaxy. PPL Motorhomes. I just love them. You want to sell your RV, they can sell it in a hurry for top dollar. You want to buy a great used RV, save the depreciation. PPL can help you there as well. PPLmotorhomes.com. Check them out. Be right back.